Yo, what's up everyone? Today I want to show you where you guys can get the best and most consistent amount of rerolls. There's a lot of different areas in the game to where you can get rerolls from. It's not just one specific area like anime adventures, like daily challenge. There's actually a lot of different ways to get a lot of rerolls in anime Vanguards, which is great for you guys, and it's obviously great for everyone who plays this game. And I wanted to show you all the places that you can get this very quickly. I'll try not to stay on a topic for super long, but I just want to show you guys where you can get everything. So with that being said, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and let's jump into this video. Alright, so the first area you're going to go to if you need rerolls immediately is to challenges. I'm assuming a lot of you guys already obviously know, but during the weekend you get 2 times challenge rewards, which is very useful because if you run over here to any of these little boxes or into this one, you can create a match and you'll have weekly challenges, which gives you 20 rerolls a week, which is obviously super great, super consistent amount. You have daily challenges, which give you 6 on the weekend and then 3 just normally during the week, which you can do every single day. And then you have regular challenges, which is every half an hour, which you can get. Obviously on the weekends you can get 2 rerolls per challenge, and then on the weekdays you get 1 per challenge. Now the crappy thing is this actually got changed with the most recent update, as a lot of you probably already know, but people were macroing it super heavily and getting hundreds of rerolls, and it just was not fair for the people who didn't macro, which is completely fair. And I believe they capped it at 16 rerolls a day. I will go correct that and change that if I'm wrong, but I believe it's 16 rerolls a day. So essentially you're getting 20 from this weekly, you're getting 6 or 3 from the daily, and then you're getting 2 or 1 from the 30-minute challenge, which is crazy. Obviously regular challenge, as I said, is capped out at 16 a day, so you can't just sit here and grind it all day, but at least you have a consistent form of getting rerolls. Alright, so coming out of upgrades, there is actually a couple ways of getting it. We're just gonna go straight forward into the next closest method, but if you run over here to tournaments, obviously if you can't beat tournaments, then you could just skip this part and go to the next reroll farm. But tournaments are a great way for rerolls because there's 2 tournaments. There's trait and trait lists. Obviously you see you get a bunch for ranking high. If you guys can get top 5 in your bracket, you get 20. If you get 6 to 16, you get 10. And it may not seem like a lot, but there's also 2 tournaments. There's one with traits and without traits that have the same exact rewards but different characters that you get for doing it. So tournaments are just something on the side that you really don't have to sweat super hard about. It's one of those things where if you want to do it that week, do it. There's no point of not doing it. And it's okay if you miss one because it's not that many rerolls and the rewards aren't that great, so it's okay. Jumping over to our next area though, we have world lines right here. It's actually right next to tournaments. World lines is something you guys need to be doing for sure, because you can see it resets every 0.5 update. So that means the next reset after this 6.5 one is going to be 7.5, then 8.5, then 9.5. So it resets every 0.5 updates. Why this is really important to do, because if you click rewards, you can see all the rewards here. You get 5 on floor 10, you get 10 on floor 20, you get 15 on floor 30, and then you get 40, and then you get 20 on floor 40. So that bumps you up to 50 rerolls basically every 2 months from this when it does eventually reset. Obviously the rerolls aren't the main priority of why you're doing this. You're doing this to get the big hype unit down here, which they're always normally pretty good. Katakuri especially is very great, so make sure you get that. This is just like an easier way of something. You're gonna get rerolls just by doing it, and if you're one of the people who skips it, I don't suggest you skip it, I suggest you do it. Moving on from there, we have level milestones. Obviously, I'm assuming a lot of you guys know about this. This isn't something that's like super knowledgeable, but make sure you're doing your level milestones. Just don't forget about it. It's super easy. It's literally just giving you free rerolls and gems. Make sure you're doing it. Next, before I jump to any of these layers up here, you are going to make sure that you're doing your quest. Your quests do give you rerolls. It's mainly your weekly quests that give you rerolls, and I believe some dailies can give you rerolls as well. Randomize what you get a day, but make sure you are doing your weeklies and make sure you're doing your infinites as well, because they also give you rerolls. Challenges are very important. because you're just going to be getting them done by playing, so make sure you're doing those. Next place up here is at the unit index. You're going to run over to Genos, and you're going to claim all, and then touch the milestones on the right. Cut that from the video. So now that you've done everything that you can on the bottom floor, you're going to run up here to the top floor, and I would say the second best reroll method farm in the game is right over here at boss events. These are actually very easy to do. If you have decent units, you could easily do these. There is millions of videos of how to AFK overnight if you're one of those people at Tiny Task, and it's 100% worth doing because you may not see rerolls right here, but if you open the shop and you scroll right here, you can see there's 40 rerolls for 4 coins, and you can also see at the bottom it says time remaining 2 days. So there's 3 boss rushes in total. There's Saber, Igris, and Sukuna, and all 3 of them reset every week. So they come in for a week and then leave to the next week and rotate in and out and blah. And the rewards always reset. So if you guys need to refresh on your resources, you can go ahead and do that. But that means you're getting 40 rerolls per week guaranteed from those. And if you're one of those people who's over AFK'd it, so you have a bunch of extra coins, your coins actually do not go away. So you actually get to keep your coins, and the next time it comes back, you can literally just be like, all right, I have all these coins left over from the Igris grind. I'm just going to dump it and get rerolls again. So that's super great and a super efficient way of grinding. Another super easy one that you're going to get by just playing the game passively is finishing your battle pass. Your battle pass has a lot of rerolls hidden in it. Even if you're a free guy who has the free one, you're still going to get a pretty consistent amount of rerolls. I think it's like 30 or 26 or something like that. And if you buy it, you're going to get way more. I think you get around 50. So it is definitely worth buying if you really want the shiny and the rerolls out of it. So that's an easy passive way to be getting it. Next, I'm going to have you run over to dungeons. So this is right across from boss events. You're going to run over to dungeons. And I'm assuming a lot of you guys are grinding one of 2 things right now, since they're the 2 newest. You have the raid shop for bid, which if you scroll down here also has rerolls. You can get 50 rerolls, which you can grind through here. These do not reset, but these are just an easy 50 you can get just by grinding this event. I know some people AFK this as well, but this is just an easy 50 rerolls you can get obtained, so make sure you're doing that as well. And then over here right next to that, you have the dungeon shop, which this is something I know a lot of you guys are probably doing as well. You can see even I'm missing some of the rerolls from here, but assuming you guys are grinding for Vanguard Sun Jin Woo, you will probably have enough to get the trait rerolls from here. You don't really need to buy anything from the shop. If you're unlucky enough not to get the red key as a drop, you could just buy it here. I would also buy a familiar, at least one of them, because this familiar is pretty good. And everything else in the shop is pretty optional. You don't really need to buy anything else. You only need this Evo item if you have this guy. So I would just dump it all in rerolls. It's easy. You're going to be getting it done passively if you're grinding this, which a lot of you guys I know are, because I think now it has 3 times rates, which should make it a 3% drop, I believe. Yes, so he is a 3% drop now, a lot better. I've actually never gotten him, which is really sad, but you guys should be able to get him. You'll get those rerolls done by just playing the event. Nothing super serious. Now, the last and final area I want to show you guys is your achievements. So achievements, you can get rerolls very easily from here. Obviously, Trouble on Planet Namek, you can see you got to clear all of Namek on Nightmare difficulty, and you're getting a reroll from each clear. Obviously, I have it cleared, so it's a little hard to see, but you are getting 1 trait reroll per clear. And then up here, you get 2, you get an emote, and you get a mount. Definitely worth doing. It's same thing for every single map. They've actually increased it for these newer maps because they're a lot harder. So make sure you're doing that as well. There's some other achievements hidden within here. There's the collector, which is just summon characters, own different characters. Those give you rerolls. There's one for the raids, which gives you rerolls as well. There's one for the Sukuna boss rush. There's one for the Saber boss rush. There's one for the Igris boss rush, which gives you 20, which you guys definitely should do. And then there's one for this boss rush, which gives you 5, which is Kill with Sun Jin Woo. This is a little buggy, so be careful doing that. And then unit achievements have a lot more rerolls hidden within them as well. You can see you're getting 20. Unit achievements are a little more difficult because they're bound to having a character, but I would also do these as well because you're getting a lot of rerolls from here, and they're definitely worth doing, genuinely. And those are about all the consistent ways I can show you how to get rerolls. There are a couple other rerolls hidden in the game in other places, like right here in the Rift shop. If you open this, there's going to be a reroll thing right here, which you can get 50 of. The only reason I didn't show this off because this is a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. This isn't a very consistent way. I wanted to show you guys consistent ways of how to get it, so this is the only way here. Another easy way is actually over here, which I will end up showing, and is the enemy index. So obviously when you kill a unit, you have a chance for their index to drop, and if you press milestones, you get 20 rerolls per finished index. So that means right here, mine's bugged for some reason. I don't have whoever this is, but you can see for finishing this index, I now have a milestone where I can claim 20 rerolls. So make sure you're doing that as well. That's super easy. And another really easy one as well is boss bounties. You can see right here, we have a bounty to kill this guy, to kill this boss, and you can only do 10 a day. So that means you're getting 10 rerolls a day from these. This is definitely worth doing if you don't macro. I know some people macro these, but these are definitely worth doing as well. And then the last and final reroll method I want to show you guys is right over here in the winter shop. This is probably going to be leaving very soon, but if you run over here, you can get 200 rerolls, which is definitely, this is such an easy way to pick up 200 rerolls. Obviously, you need these presents, which you might be confused. How do I get these? The easiest way possible if you macro or don't macro is honestly just sit in the time chamber. You're going to be getting a lot of Christmas presents, especially if you guys have VIP and premium. You're going to be getting a lot of Christmas presents. It is genuinely worth it. And one final area I'll show you guys is Odyssey over here. When you talk to Freeren in this little green area right next to Summon, you can talk to Freeren. You have this new game mode that's kind of interesting. It's not super fun in my opinion, but you can get rerolls from this, and you can get the shards that you need in crystals to reroll on your familiars, which is super great. And now that basically sums up every single place you can get rerolls. I definitely suggest you guys do these methods, especially if you're getting ready for next update. If I had to guess, next update's going to be absolutely insane with the characters. It's a PvP update, so I'm just assuming the characters are going to be absolutely busted. And it's an anime a lot of people aren't super hyped for, so they could also make the characters busted for that. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck with your rerolls, and have a good day. See ya.